Hey, how's it going? Can't get out of the way. Get out of the way. How's it going, bros? A lot of you have been requesting for a tutorial, and the most requested tutorial is how to draw a human figure. And so that's what I'm going to teach you today. And I'm outside because it's better lighting, people inside talking, watching TV, and it's just really quiet out here. So, yeah, and the kitten's with me, so you might have to deal with that too. So, sorry if you hear like a purring. And my sister's about to come home, so I may have to pause for a second. Right, so human figure. Okay. See, I've got my little planner thing. Oh my goodness. Are you going to be a problem? Right here is the, I drew my little buddy right here as planned for the tutorial. So what a lot of people do is the ball and stick method, where you just make the human figure out of ball and lines and kind of like a stick figure almost. And that's what I do sometimes, but other people use other methods. Well, I'll show you in a second. So how to start off the human body. It's a lot simpler than you think. I know like a lot of art books make it look very complicated, but once you get the gist of it, you can create your own way of making the figure, and it'll become a lot simpler with time and the more you practice. So I'm going to show you the most simplest way, which is how I do it. So here's a card. Okay. So first, you start by drawing the head, which is about right here. And then this is both the lines that, if you've been in art class, everybody knows. You know, the eyes go here, those goes here. You know, they're 2 inches, whatever. And then this circle right here represents the head. I mean, oh my God, the head. The neck. So you basically draw things to represent. You draw kitty. You draw things to represent the bone or the muscle or the limb or whatever, or the joint. Usually the sticks are bones and the circles are joints. Yeah. So some people use a line. I use a circle, and right here is going to be the shoulders. The shoulder area right here, and about right here is your is the collarbone right here. So it's more like if you want to include the collarbone, it's more like a triangle shape, like a really weird wider triangle. And then over here you would draw, and then the next step would be to draw the chest, which is kind of like a box shape. It's kind of like a box shape, but it's like coming in. If you look at your chest, there's people staring at me, is coming in at your torso, because your torso, it comes in kind of like a triangle shape, kind of like this. Like that. And some people, mostly animators and cartoonists, like to exaggerate that slimness. No matter like what body type you are, you always have that slim or that triangle shape. Anyways, the next step is the torso. What I like to do is just draw a box from the armpit to what? Texas Roadhouse.
When?
Ask Mom.
Wait, why?
For dinner.
Somebody's birthday?
No. It's Friday.
We go to Texas Roadhouse when it's somebody's birthday.
It's Friday.
Okay, because Aubrey's coming over.
So you would draw the torso right here. Again, you're just simplifying it as much you can. So once we get all this, you know, sketchiness, you can change it however you want. And then next would be the pelvis area. And we're going from down, so maybe you stop right there. Maybe want to lift that up a little bit, maybe down, I don't know. And then right here would be where your hips are, like right about here, and this is where the joint where it connects the hips. And then you would just draw a ball and a stick. This represents the leg bone, and this represents the knee. And the more you go down, the more you start representing. This is another leg bone, this is the ankles, and then these are the feet. Yep. And then for the arms, this is where the connection of the arms come. I don't know what the proper term for it is, but it's where your arm connects to your shoulders, and this is a very, people are looking at me. This is a very important thing with proportion. And a lot of people don't really know this, but I've noticed it from like just looking at people, looking at people and analyzing and observing people in real life can really help with your proportions as well. Sorry if I keep stopping because people are looking at me. Okay. Right here, where your elbow is, okay? I want you to put your elbow, like, if you were in school and you were to ask to, you know, hey, that skirt is too short. I need you to, you know, see if it's fingertip length. If you do that, you see that your elbow is in line with the end of your chest. So it should be proportionate to your chest. So right about here should be where your elbow is. It can be a little bit lower for people who are taller and have longer arms, but again, this is just like an outline. You can change it however you would like, and then you would begin from there. And again, if you were to measure your arm to fingertip length, it would be in the middle of your thigh. So it would be right about here. This is where your hand would be. This is your wrist. And if you were to put it up here and then keep going, that's a little bit too long. Right there. So that's pretty much the outline, skeleton gist of it all. Now this is just the skeleton sketch, and then to make it look like a real body, you would just I don't want to say trace. I don't know what the word. Kind of like outline it to make it look like the muscle or the skin, and then and this is where you start making changes however you want. So over here would be the head, right there, that would be the nose, eyes, mouth, whatever. And then right here would be where the hairline would start, because your head is, sorry if this camera's shaking, because where your head starts, this is your head, okay? Your head is pretty big. No offense, but it's pretty natural big sized. People usually start up here with their hairline. It's usually about right here. So if you draw the eyebrows, it should be like right about here. Kind of like in the middle, kind of like not. And then up here would be the hairline, and then the rest of the hair. And then what I see a lot of people do is like put the hair like all the way up here. It should be right here, unless you have a lot of hair and use a lot of hairspray. That's the only time you should be putting hair up here. But yeah, that would be where the hair goes. No, whatever. So on and so forth. Right here are the cheeks, twisted cheekbones, if you want to make a skeleton or a really skinny guy model. And then this is where your neck would connect right here. And a rule in art and proportion is the neck connects with the neck, but in anime, whatever your style, it doesn't really matter. And then you can change the shoulders however you like. You can make them smaller, you can make them bigger, you can make them masculine, you can make them feminine, whatever, however you would like. And they usually they don't start at your shoulders, like right here, or the end of your neck. They actually start a little bit above your neck, like right about here, because your shoulder muscles connect with the upper more toward your neck, not toward the like edge of your neck, like where your neck stops. They come up a little bit more. And then there's the collarbone. And then if you want to, you know, exaggerate a little bit like I do, and you have like a really muscular guy, you might draw like the muscle, the neck muscles. And then for the torso, you go here. Okay, for the torso or the chest area, you would go here. If you're a guy or whatever, you would maybe, I don't really like putting that line there like a lot of people do. I just indicate a line, like just a little thing, because it's not really a bone. It is a bone. It's like your rib cage bone right here, but it's all, stop, what is your problem? Jeez, I'm trying to make a tutorial and you're over there honking at goats, chickens. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, rib cage, it's covered with muscle, so it's not sticking out like a bone would, like your elbow or something like that. It's covered with muscle, so it's a very small indication, unless you're ripped. Unless you're ripped, you can make it however you want, but for more slimmer, you know, whatever, you would, so I'm just talking a lot, you would indicate it as, you know, small, very, not very foretold. And then the other stuff will start here, and then this is where you start making it as you want. If you want to make it a little slimmer, you can go in like this, and this is where the rib cages would be right here. But if you want to be a little bit chunkier, you can do that however you would like that, right here. And then if you're like ripped, if you have muscles, your muscles would be right around this area right here. And again, they're muscle, they're not bone, they don't really show as much. So unless you like take, you know, eyeshadow and like make it finer, or shadow, or darker, I should say. And then the belly button would start right there. Okay. And oh yeah, I should show you how to do cleavage. Okay, this is a man right here. We're just gonna pretend we're just gonna cut this person in half and say this part is a man, this part is a woman. Okay, this part is man, this part is woman. Got that? Okay. Gotta put this down a little bit. So if you're doing a man, the nipples. Wait, what was I saying? What was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, chest. The nipples would be like, some people put them up here. That's not right. They're kind of like down, but they're not like down. They're like right about here, and they're kind of like sideways. Don't ask me how I know that. I just analyze a lot of pictures. Okay. And over here, and they're not really that big. They're just like little tiny circle things like that. And for a woman, now don't quote me on this, or don't, if you know a better way to do it, because I don't really do girls that often, but this is how I do girls. first I sketch it out. Drop my pencil. I would sketch it out like this as just like a circle and then fix it as however I would like. Again, I'm not really experienced with girl cleavage, but or cleavage, I don't know how to say it. Girl chests, whatever. But if you know a better way to do it, you know, I'm not really experienced in that realm. And so, for arms, you just outline your circles however you would want, your circles and lines. If you want to indicate muscle, don't draw out muscle, try to indicate muscle. Just like a little dash or a little line to say, hey, this is where a muscle would go. And if you want to bring out the more muscles, you would bring that out in color, whatever you're using, chalk pastel, color pencil, Copic markers, whatever. So you would go like this to indicate muscle. I usually, for more guys, mostly guys, it can be girls too, I indicate the muscle right here. Right here would be a muscle, and usually right here is a muscle. This is your biceps, and this is your, wait, hold on. Yeah, this is your biceps, and this is your triceps, I think. I don't know. I failed health class. So, right. So, put indication where indication is necessary. Don't over-exaggerate, only in certain places. And I usually put an indication for the elbow right about here. So, just like a little dash line, whatever thing. And then gets to the hard part, the hands, the part that nobody likes. So, I'm going to show you how to do a very simple hand. Something to keep in mind, your thumbs. Your thumbs, if you lay out your hand, your thumbs are always on the inside of your body. They're never on the outside. So, that's how I remember that. Your thumbs are always on the inside, not the outside. So always keep that in mind when drawing hands in different positions and so forth. So, whoops. Here, let's do the other hand. Okay. Thumbs are always on the inside. Palms, this is where the fingers start, right here. I drew it representing as a box. Fingers go right here. And I don't really need boxes or, circles and lines to do every single individual finger. I don't necessarily do that because I just, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to word this. Because I've just done it so much that I don't need it anymore. But, right. So, if you were to make a person, okay, so, you know that everybody has 5 fingers, you know the lengths of your fingers, you know where the thumb is, and if you didn't, you know now. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. I think the best way to remember it, if you're drawing a hand as so, this is your wrist right here, okay? This is your wrist. It's better to draw them out as 3 boxes. One large, one kind of large, and then one small. And then a circle interlocking right there. So, big, small, kind of small, circle. Okay? Right here, this little space right here indicates your joints. Okay? So, if you bend your finger like this, you see that your finger has 3 joints. It has this joint, which is connecting the hand to the finger, this joint, and then this joint, which makes you like able to move it. So this is the long part, this is kind of long, this is like the small part, and then like this area is like your fingernail. So if you were to sketch that out as a skeleton and outline it like we did with the hand, you would be able to make a finger. Yay! Okay. Okay, enough about hands. Let's just get this done. Right here is the crotch area and your waist. And again, as always, If you need to indicate anything, just go right ahead. Or if you need to change anything, go right ahead. Okay, this is the difference between a girl, guy, whatever. Girls are more triangular, but guys are kind of more square-ish because they have really, how do I say this? They have more square-ish bodies than girls. Guys have more squarish bodies. Women have more triangular bodies. So you would go like squarish in a way, and then right here would be indication of the crotch area. And then women are more triangular, but they're not like really triangle like that. No, it's usually like a triangle and then like kind of like a little right there, little space, I guess. And then here you would do the exact same thing you did with the arms, changes if necessary. I hear someone walking. Oh no, it's just someone chopping wood. Okay. And then that's how you do the legs, indication if necessary, changes if necessary, whatever. And then the feet are kind of straightforward. Right here is where your, I don't know what this is called. I've heard it before and then I forgot. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. This part area, your heel. Oh my god, your heel area. I'm getting kind of cold. Your heel area like this. And then there's like a little indent like that. And if you have more like, I forget what it's called, but my dad has it. It's like straight feet. But most people have a little curve in their feet. So you can draw that little curve and then draw it out as such. Again, I'm not really good with feet. Feet are not my specialty. And I think that's it. Pretty much it. That's a simple human form, man and woman form. Yeah, I think that's everything. Unless there's like more body parts that people want. Like a tail. You can have a tail. Whoop. And I think that's everything. I'm looking at it. No, I think I covered everything. Okay, so that's how you draw a basic body. So this is lined up. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you got some information out of it, hopefully, and suggest down some more tutorials I could do. Please make them simple. And I'll see you in the next tutorial, speed draw, sketchbook video. Okay. Bye, bros.